Hello, welcome to Topic 5, Product Design of the Training and Development course. In this topic area, we'll talk about the steps required to design an appropriate training product. And the first thing we need to talk about are objectives. The course was built on initial corporate objectives to determine what would be relevant to train on and to link it to something that was mission critical to the company. But within the actual training event, we also need to come up with the specific objectives of what we expect our trainees, our attendees or participants to be able to do as a result of the training. You may notice in the text of this course, each new topic area contains a list of specific objectives to that particular topic area. Those are the targets, the goals for that content. Similarly, when you do a classroom training, an online training, or any other training initiative, you need to come up with what are the specific objectives that the trainees can be expected to master as a result of the training. To do that, we use an acronym SMART to guide our process for objective setting. SMART stands for the S, specific. The objective has to be narrow enough so that someone clearly understands what it is that's being expected of them. The M in SMART stands for measurable. There has to be some way to evaluate, to quantify, to determine if in fact the objective has been accomplished. By what criteria are we going to determine if in fact someone has improved? To just say you will improve your presentation skills, I don't know how to measure that. If you're able to create an objective where you will improve your presentation skills by being able to cover something in this particular amount of time, now we're starting to get at something that's measurable. The A stands for either attainable or achievable, both meaning the same thing. Is it within the realm of the trainee's capability or capacity to actually do what's being asked of him or her? It has to be an R, realistic. Is this something that the person has a chance at being able to do because they have the right resources, tools, the right background experiences? The T stands for time-based. It can't go on in perpetuity. You will be able to do X by Y within 6 months, within a year, at the end of the training program. So those are the SMART objectives: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. The next thing to look at is a lot of detail in your books around the Bloom's taxonomy, where we look at the specifics of how training is to be judged or evaluated. What are the things we're trying to accomplish? Are we looking to have people merely understand a knowledge kind of training output? Are we looking to have them apply? Are we looking to have them be able to synthesize, analyze, assess? All very different outputs and therefore requiring very different kinds of training. So the Bloom's taxonomy begins to target or pinpoint the level of depth, the level of content that needs to be covered, and the kinds of activities, exercises, demonstrations of mastery of content that we would also need to be building into our training initiative. The last thing to be thinking about in developing training is we want to focus on the must-have components. We want to cull away or remove any of the nice-to-have. So we have to be very, very vigilant in making sure we don't allow scope creep into our training project. It's really easy, as long as we're talking about subject A, maybe we should also cover subject B. As long as we have people in training, maybe we should also expose them to something else. So you can get scope creep either from within the trainer's desire to share all that he or she knows, not that it's relevant to the trainee. You can get it from others who are part of the training team, other departments, functions, bosses, etc., who feel, well, we've got people in training, we should also give them this other information. Unfortunately, if it's not relevant to the training, it only serves to distract and confuse and won't help further the focus or target of the training. Product design issues are really critical in ensuring that we accomplish what we're setting out to do.